Welcome to Southwest Alaska, a place of wide open spaces, marshy wetlands, and chilly weather on the Bering Sea coast. But things are changing here. The average temperature is getting warmer, and some studies predict that it will flood more often as our climate warms. Scientists want to know, how will warming and flooding affect this ecosystem? In this case, the scientists are studying the effects of warming and flooding, both on their own and when they happen together, to see how they might change the plants and the soil of the tundra. Let's learn more about their experiments.
Currently, we are investigating the warming and flooding of essentially the YK Delta up here in Alaska.
To figure out how warming affects plants, the scientists use something called an open-top chamber, or OTC.
So in order to study warming, we have these things called open-top chambers, and what it is a big thick piece of plastic that goes around the different plots. And so with this plastic, the sun is able to hit the plastic, and the inside creates almost like a little greenhouse so that it's warmer temperatures inside the chamber versus the outside.
The warmer temperatures help some plants grow bigger. Salmonberry leaves, for example, are growing larger inside the open-top chamber. The scientists are also interested in how these changes will affect the natural uptake and emission of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide.
With the warming, I believe I'm seeing that plants, like the plant communities, are growing larger. And as well, I believe that carbon dioxide respiration will increase as well.
And what about flooding? To study that, the scientists flood some of their test plots with water from the river nearby.
To study flooding, we take hoses and pump water from the river and we put it into the plot. So first we have to make a barrier on the outside of the plots, and this just helps hold the water in for longer. And when we put the water in, it stays for about 5 or 10 minutes where all the vegetation is fully submerged in water, to mimic what a flooding event would be like.
Some plants have adapted to flooding more than others. Grasses are predicted to do okay with an increase in flooding, but tundra mosses may struggle.
I think the mosses and lichens are being affected and it's killing them, as well as like some of the deciduous or just the shrubby plants, they are being affected by the water.
But here's the big question. What happens when warming and flooding occur at the same time? Warming usually helps plants grow bigger and give off more carbon dioxide, but flooding can make it harder for plants to grow, and they release less carbon dioxide when they're underwater.
And now we're studying what it's going to happen when they both interact together. There's some hypotheses in the mix, but we're still not entirely sure what's going to happen, so we're going to see how the two will interact to produce some results.
Understanding this interaction matters because plants are a big part of the tundra ecosystem. Plants like atsat and ayuk are important sources of food and medicine to the communities living in Southwest Alaska. And the tundra helps store carbon, so changes to the tundra could affect Earth's climate.
It's likely that more grass species will take over instead of the lichens and mosses. We'll see more grasses that can handle a wetter environment.
The tundra is facing big changes, and many of them are happening at the same time, like warming and increased flooding. By studying these changes on their own and together, these researchers are helping us figure out how the tundra might change and how to protect it. Studies like this help us collect data to predict the future impacts of a changing climate. Together, science and traditional knowledge can help inform our communities to guide future decision-making.